Hey artists, Miss Watt here. So here is a preview of what you will be doing for this art activity. I have a landscape painting inspired by the artist Ted Harrison. So what you're going to need for this painting is a permanent marker or a crayon to outline with, your paint set, a paintbrush, water, paper towel, well, and of course a piece of paper to make your painting on. And then here is an example of what our paintings will look like before we add paint. So you can see here I used a Sharpie to outline my landscape. I am going to do a step-by-step video of how to draw a landscape so you can follow along with my video to create your landscape, or you could just make up your own. That's up to you. So make sure you have your paper and either a pencil if you want a pencil. I'm just going to start with a Sharpie right away though. It is always smart to start with pencil and an eraser though. Anyways, I'm going to start here with drawing what is called my horizon line. So your horizon line is the line that is created when the sky meets the ground. Next, I'm drawing in what is going to be a path. So I kind of have this winding line. At the horizon line, it's going to be skinny, and as it gets closer to me, it's going to get bigger. That shows how as it goes back into space, it gets smaller. As it gets closer to us, it gets bigger. Next, I'm going to draw this mountainous landscape. So I have this mountain, this rocky mountain in the background, and then another section of that mountain. If you watched the video about Ted Harrison, you learned that he lives in the Yukon, which is a part of Canada that's right next to Alaska. And it is filled with these beautiful scenes of mountains, so like snow-capped mountains, like rugged nature, trees, lakes. So a lot of what Ted Harrison painted was what he saw when he lived in the Yukon. So here you can see I'm just been adding more layers of this rugged landscape that Ted Harrison paints in his painting. So you can see that I'm doing these final little rugged lines, and that's closest to me. This is called the foreground. So next I'm going to draw a circle in my sky. So this circle is going to act as the sun or moon. That's up to you. You could have a nighttime painting or a daytime painting. Then I'm going to add these ribbons in the sky. So what these ribbons are going to be are called northern lights. In our next lesson, we're going to learn a little bit about the northern lights. They are something that you see if you go way up north. You can even see them in Wisconsin sometimes. I have seen them 3 times. So basically what they are these really beautiful, colorful strips in the sky of light. So I'm drawing those in there. Ted Harrison features a lot of northern lights in his paintings, as you can see in some of the examples that we've looked at. And if you haven't watched that YouTube video on Ted Harrison and his art yet, please go ahead and watch that next. He has so many awesome paintings, and I am so excited to share them with you guys. So here I'm just adding the finishing touches to my drawing. Remember that if you're following along with this video, that you can pause it at any time and you can rewind, fast forward at any time, because I know this goes a little bit fast. So now I am starting with my paints. So I have my watercolor set, I have my paintbrush and my water and a paper towel on the side. And what I'm going to do first here is mix up a different blue color. So you can always use the paints that are just in your paint palette as they are, or you can experiment with mixing them. So you can see that I'm using the plastic on my paint palette to mix new colors. You could use your plastic. You could also do this with something like a plastic or paper plate that has like that shiny surface. you could use that as a palette. So what I'm doing with these blues is I'm mixing them with other colors. I'm mixing my blue with some purple and some black just to create a darker color so that my whole ground area is blue, but it's different shades of blue. So again, I'm using my paint palette to mix new colors of blue. So I added like blue and black to make a darker blue. You could try adding blue and purple to make kind of like an indigo blue like I did below. You could add blue and green to make a teal. That's a good one to always try. So you could either just use the regular paint in your paint palette as it is, or you could try mixing colors like I am here. So you can see I'm doing those mountains in the background. Generally, my painting that I'm doing today is filled with cool colors. So remember, our cool colors are blue, purple, green. Warm colors would be colors that you would see like in a fire. So yellow, orange, and red, those are our warm colors. So here I'm doing that path, purple. So this, for me, this is kind of like a nighttime painting. I'm enjoying using these dark colors, but now I'm mixing up a bright kind of golden color for that sun or moon. I think in my painting it's going to be a moon. Remember, for you, it can be sun, it can be moon, whatever you want. And now I'm filling in my sky with this kind of deep dark purple color. To create that, I mixed purple and black. Your sky could be any color you want. You could even have a red sky, green sky. Any kind of sky color is fine with me. If you look at the examples of art that Ted Harrison has created, he uses all kinds of wacky, bright colors in his landscapes that you might not expect to see in actual nature. But I think it's what makes his paintings like really fun and awesome. So here I'm adding in these bright strips in my sky to show the northern lights. I love how these bright colors stand out against my like darker background. I think it looks awesome. So if you did strips in your sky like I did for the northern lights, you can go ahead and paint those whatever color you want to. So here I'm finishing up my painting. I cannot wait to see what these turn out like. Have fun, guys.